So welcome if you're joining us this evening. Welcome to the French Grand Prix. And I can tell you what's going on at the moment. We're just waiting for the rest of the guys to get on board with us, and then we'll be readying up and away we'll be going. We're going to be sort of 3 minutes into waiting, and then we're going to be starting with 3 qualification sessions, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun here this evening on this South African Academy Online Racing. Just a quick what's up, and that means what is actually happening in the construction standings at the moment. And as you can see right here, Williams is leading the Constructors' Challenge at 192 points. Then Force India at 117 points. Red Bull, they are in 3rd position at the moment. So yes, we'll be seeing if that's going to change this evening. They have 85 points. Then Toro Rossi 79 points. 77 points for the Haas team, and then Ferrari sitting in 52 points, with Saab on 38 points, Mercedes 27 points, and McLaren on 16 points. Last but not least is the Renault team, all sitting with 14 points this evening. So we're going to be watching quite carefully to see if it's going to change this evening, which I'm sure by now it will be doing exactly that with the teams that are available. So if we go on to the championship standings, and I think important to have a look at that. It's playing a big part in this race, and what a close championship it is as it stands. So just to give you a rundown on the leading driver at the moment is TNB's Wasi, sitting at 99 points, and 3 points behind him is the Muna 303. So we'll be watching out this evening for the action that's going to be taking place between these two drivers, and not too far behind is actually two gentlemen with the 96 points. That's Nesmix 7, so Nesmax 7, and he's also on 96 points. So very close contested between the William drivers at the moment, and we'll be watching that. And then we have TNB Wazzy sitting on 78 points, Springbok Gamer 69 points, and then unfortunately last week there was an incident on the track which avoided TNB DeWitt from getting maximum points. He was doing exceptionally well in that race in Canada, but obviously he had a mishap with one of the drivers and was forced to retire at 63 points. We have Gav Pig on 40 points, the Sackman on 27 points. Dylan, unfortunately, not going to be with us this evening, so hopefully he's going to be watching the live stream, as well as Steph. They're on 24 points and 18 points, respectively. And then the Tix 1195, he's on 15 points this evening. So yeah, all happening, all go for those individuals this evening. So we'll be watching very carefully along those lines. As I said, we're about to start this race. I'm going to give them confirmation and then come back to you guys, and we're going to go from there. So we're all good and ready, and just waiting for the final guys to get themselves set up, and we'll be ready to go. So as mentioned, just the last couple of drivers coming in, and we'll be readying up in 1 or 2 seconds from now to get this Grand Prix on the go. So if you are joining us via the live stream, thank you for joining us, and it's always great to have you with us during these race sessions. So and we thank you for your continued support. And as we said, we like to bring you the real racing from South African on Academy Online Racing, and it's great to have you on board with us. As mentioned, we do have a number of guys that are not with us this evening. Unfortunately, Dylan is out with an injury, and Staff, unfortunately, he's also not very well at the moment. So we wish both of them get well soon, and we really are going to miss you this week, and get well soon so you can come and participate with us as soon as possible. So, as I said, 3 qualification rounds. This is the new format for us here on the South African Academy Online Racing, and obviously to bring you the best of the best. And in order to do that, we are just setting up and going into France is the destination for today's Grand Prix. And let me tell you, what an exciting race we're looking forward to. It was introduced recently in 2018 this time round. You can see a lovely new track and layout, and I am very much looking forward to bringing you this. They're in the pits at the moment for the first qualification session. Who is going to be out first, and who are we going to be watching? As you can see, a number of drivers already looking at their setups, getting everything right to get out there and enjoy the first sessions. The McLarens for this evening is Vina for real, Tix 1195. Nice to see Judge in the pit as well this evening, as well as Foss, as well as Sack. Great to have you on board with us, and it looks as though it's going to be Sack, and I'm not too sure, it could be one of the other drivers out there, but let's have a go and let's see who it is. We're on board with Sack at the moment, and I'm sure he's going to be bringing us some excellent driving, and we'll be keeping a careful eye on what's going to happen this afternoon. So if you are joining us for the first time, thank you for joining us. Great to have you with us this evening, and hopefully you can see and experience what online racing is like with us on the South African Academy Online Racing. Remember, we're affiliated with SAAOLR, as well as Turban Bullets, and as well as GT South Africa, GT Sports South Africa. So, yep, it's great to have you on board with us, and I'm sure we're going to be enjoying this evening's events. So, live as we speak, that's where we're on at the moment. So, we're going to be pushing this through for you. And as we'll be doing is we'll be sharing a number of things with you, and it's going to be great to watch. So yeah, as I said, we're looking just across the line. A couple of guys still in the pits, obviously putting up their setups, getting themselves a little bit orientated with the track, and we're very excited to see. We're on board with Donovan at the moment, and let's just go down and see what's happening with him. As I said, this is the first qualification round. 15 minutes, just under 15 minutes left of this qualification, number 1 qualification. Obviously, the guys have 3 quali rounds. The top 10 get to quali against each other, and that's in the qualification round number 3. So now we can already see the McLarens are coming out of the pits. Yes, it is. We're watching Tix at the moment. Obviously interested to see what he's going to be doing this evening. Performed quite well on the South African Academy Online Racing. Yes, a nice time put in by SAAOLR, 132. And a great drive from him, just looking up and down on with respect to exactly who is where at the moment. So we'll be interested to see what is taking place. What I'm going to do is just put on some details for you so you can see what tires are fitted at the moment, all except Nesmax. Nesmax looks to be on the softs, the rest of the individuals on the ultra softs. So obviously the set of tires for the weekend, ultra softs as well as softs, and that will play. Nice work from TNP De Wit this evening. He's a 1 minute 31 seconds, so yeah, that's going to be interested to see where he's going to be ending up, and we're all eyes on seeing what TNP De Wit does this evening, because he's not far off the pace from the major championship leaders at the moment. Looks as though it is a Red Bull just warming up those tires. Obviously in this particular time of the year in France, yes, the temperature looks nice and bright, but I know the track is pretty cold, so what they will be doing is ensuring that they try and get the maximum out of these tires to make sure they're nice and warm so they can have that grip. You can see exactly what that means at the moment. There is a bit of wiggling around, and that's because maybe the tires are not quite at the temperature, operating temperature they should be at. So we'll be watching quite carefully to see who is going to be managing that this evening. And as you can see, a number of drivers already putting in some times at the moment, and we'll be keeping you abreast on what is actually the times going there. It looks as though somebody is out in Sector 1. That's why the yellow flag is coming up, but it looks like green all away, so they will be driving and continuing to try and better their times on every single lap. And a nice one put in by Gav Pig there. Wow, a 1 minute 38.07. So very nice drive from him. He's just set a nice benchmark. Let's see if one of the other drivers are going to take care of that qualification. Looks like somebody out in Sector 2 at the moment, somebody off the track, so hopefully there's not too much damage, and we'll be keeping a keen eye on the rest of the pack here this evening. I just want to go up and see where that incident has happened. If I could just pass through. Yes, De Wit there. And here is our number one driver at the moment, and that is Gav Pig, setting in a 1 minute 30 seconds. So nice drive from him. I'm sure he's going to be keeping it really competitive. He likes this track, so we'll be seeing what he can do. So this particular track is a 5.8 kilometer track. It has 15 turns. It has 2 DRS zones, and there is plenty room coming into turn, coming from start to finish into turn 1 for a overtake opportunities. So we'll be watching that. Just to let you know, yes, strict cornering is on, so that will play a big part in this evening events. What we have left is ghosting on because of major incidences we've had in the past 3 Grand Prix. So we will leave that on just to ensure that nothing is going to be seriously happening to any of the drivers, because sometimes the debris is not cleared and then obviously there are some accidents that occur because those pieces of the car remain on the track. So hopefully we're going to have none of that this evening. It's going to be clean racing. It's going to be quick, fast, and furious racing this evening here on the South African Academy Online Racing. So once again, if you are joining us via the live stream, great to have you on board, and we'll be bringing you all the action from the 3 qualies and obviously the race itself. So once again, thanks for joining us, and we hope you enjoy this time with us this evening. And as I said, we did start a little bit later than usual, but we are now streaming and going live out to you guys. So thanks for joining us once again. David coming into the pits. I'm sure he's going to be tweaking that setup, obviously, to get some time down on there. Let's just go into, here is somebody to watch. This is the championship leader at the moment. He's also going into the pits, so we'll see exactly what he's doing. We've got 8 minutes left of this quali 1 session, and then it will go in, and we'll have a look. And here's Springbok Gamer at the moment. Also nice time from him. He's just moved up into 6th position after that little round with a 1 minute 30.663. So nice time from him in the Haas. As you know, his point situation in the Haas, his teammate not here this evening, so don't quite know why. But I'm hoping that he may join in the next session. So if PJ is watching, let's get you into this round on the racetrack here in France. So I'm just going to quieten down and have a look at some of the field, and keep you in touch on what is happening in the pit.
Dankie toch, is op weer.
So yes, I see Dylan has joined the stream. So thanks, Dylan. Thanks for the hi and heads up there. We will be bringing you all the action that is available this evening. And we're sorry that you can't join us this evening due to your mishap on the soccer field, I believe. So sorry about that. And hopefully you get well soon and you'll be able to drive again with us. Yeah, so lots of things happening as we go into the first qualification session. 5 minutes, just over 5 minutes to go in this session, so we'll be pretty excited, pretty pumped. It looks as though Wasi is out of this session, and this could affect him overall because it will maybe put him out of the second quali. And then that obviously gives a little bit of difficulty for him because he has to come back and sort things out. There is a bit of wind there. I don't know if you saw that, but there is a bit of wind swirling around on the track. So this is probably also going to affect this race this evening. But I can tell you, it looks as though the Sackman is not giving up. He wants to get himself in at least the top 3 this evening. So let's see what he can do. And as I said, we're all interested in to see what is going to be happening this evening. So if you are joining us through the live stream, stay with us and let's see what type of action we're bringing. Here comes somebody through the pit lane at the moment. It looks like it is Springbok Gamer, so I'll be interested to see what he's now on an outer lap. And just to bear in mind that they have already done at least 2 laps on these tires currently, so we'll be interested. Nobody changing at the moment. It looks as though Nesmack's still in the pits. I haven't seen him out there, but it does say he has put on a time of 1 minute 33.275 seconds. So is he going to better that time? Nice to see Thomas, the rookie, in play this evening. He's done a 1 minute 35, done 1 lap on those. So let's see what he's going to be putting up, because what they're going to be trying to do is definitely get into that top 10 section. They need to be in that top 10 section this evening, so we'll see how it goes. And as we are currently on board with the Sackman at the moment, and let's pop over to, let's see where, there we go. There is Springbok Game at the moment, so he's on his outer lap. He definitely wants to get into that top 3. Let's see what he can do this evening. Yep, there we go. Dylan just replied he fractured his foot in a soccer tournament, so damn hard. These guys did you a misjustice, because we definitely wanted you in. So you've got a fractured foot on the couch, and his foot's in the air, unfortunately. So that's why he's not joining us this evening. Steph says you kicked the brick. I'm sure I don't know what he kicked, but we're going to go from there anyway. As we can tell you right now, 2 minutes 11 seconds basically to go to the end of this first qualification round. Looks as though somebody's off again, and we'll try and keep you on and in this race this evening. I'm just trying to have a look. Who was it? But it seems as though De Wit is out there again. He definitely, I think he's going for top spot at the moment. He wants to, oh, a little bit wide out there. It looks as though it was Vino at the moment who was going a little bit wide there. Sector 1, Sector 2, Sector 3, all sorts of sectors giving us yellow flags at the moment. So don't know what's going on. We'll have a look now, but I just wanted to see what De Wit is doing. He's got green flags waving at him, so obviously he's going to be pushing it to see if he can take that top position this evening. We're looking forward to a very close race here this evening, and nice to see Wazzy. He's now in 3rd spot, so great drive from him. Tix in 4th, so that was great. It looks as though we have another incident happening, but nice to see Springbok Gamer has come into play. He's up there. Vino out, unfortunately, so that was the yellow flag section. He obviously did something with that car, and it just went quite badly into the wall there. So not a great drive from him. I know that he's been a bit hard on himself this season. Feels that he's not driving as he should. Oh, that was very close there. Springbok Gamer nearly lost it there, but he did pull it back quite nicely. But as I mentioned, he should not be so harsh on himself. You'll see the guys retiring at the moment. That's just to speed up the process and get themselves a little bit going. 3 minutes left in this session before they go into quali number 2. So what we've decided here on the South African Academy Online Racing is definitely all practices happen off air, and then when we come to the actual Grand Prix for the evening, we have 3 qualification sessions, and then obviously it goes as normal. So that is the new fit that we've got. We want to make it interesting for you guys watching this at home, and that's why we've gone with that array. So we're going to be going into session number 2, qualifications number 2. We've got about 2 minutes and 13 seconds. We'll be pumping it down and having a look at exactly how it's going to happen here this evening. So just while we're on that topic, as mentioned at the moment, and if you missed it right in the very beginning, what I'd like to do is obviously show you exactly what is going down and what's taking place, and I'm sure you'll be interested to see the current Constructors Championship. And let me just show you that while we're waiting for these guys to get themselves into the right position. At the moment, Williams leading the Constructors Challenge. Force India at 117 points. Red Bull, they are doing very well at 85 points. Then Toro Rosso, they are at 79 points. 77 is the Haas. Ferrari. Saabers still in there with 38 points. Mercedes 27 points. McLaren 16 points. And then Renault at 14 points. So they are doing exceptionally well, these teams at the moment. So great to see them handling this. And I'm sure it's going to be a little bit of a change in what they are doing. Also, what I'd like to do as well is give you also an indication of who is leading the championships. So the championship standings at the moment are as follows. Yes, it is TNB Wasi, and I tell you what, doing quite nicely on 99 points, as well as the Munna. I don't know where the Munna is tonight, but he's missing out big time. I'm sure he'll be watching the stream as well and maybe give us a message or two where he is. But we have two guys sitting at the top of the log just in that second spot, and that is the Munna and Nesmax. They are both on 96 points, so we'll be watching them. Then Wasi, then Weza. Weza's on 76 points. Springbok Game on 69 points, and then David on 63 points there. Then Gav Pig on 40, and then right down to Sackman 27, Dylan on 24 points, Staff on 18 points, and then Tix 1195, he's on 15 points. So, yep. Let's quickly go back to what we have on the overall screen at the moment, just to give you an indication. Gav Pig put up a nice time, the best time for this evening, on as 1 minute and 30 seconds. So, yep, we're interested to see if he's going to maintain that position, and will this be Ferrari's first win of the season? So this could be an interesting one for all of us at the moment. And just looking down, who's going to be out and about first on the track. 14 minutes in this session, so let's have a go and see who is going to be in this session. As you can see, all 14 drivers still here, and then it's going to go after this one to the top 10, and then it's going to be who is going to be at pole position this evening. So we'll be taking you out onto the track, and I think here we are with Gav Pig at the moment. He currently smashed that time out there at 1 minute 30, and let's see what he can do in this session. He's away and going at it. It looks as though the Sackman is also on an outer lap. So is he going to get past? So car number 80 is Gav Pig, and let's see what he's able to do in the Ferrari this evening. I'm sure it's pretty enthralling to watch this evening, because some of the major drivers are not here. And I'm mentioning the joint second place driver, the Munna, this evening. I don't know where he is, and unfortunately I don't know what he's doing. He's probably just heating up those tires, trying to get them on this outer lap. Yes, he is. He's trying to get them nice and warm. As I mentioned, sun shining, but temperature on the track seems to be pretty cool, so they will definitely wanting to pump up these tires and get them as warm as possible. As you can see, that wind in this particular section is quite apparent, and it looks like the super softs are there. Judge has gone for the softs, and then we've got Foss on the ultra softs, as well as Sackman and also Devon on the ultra softs this evening. Springbok Gamer on super softs. It looks like Wazzy, what is Wazzy on? Wazzy's on the super softs. David's on the super softs. Gab's on the super softs. And then Lucas, that's SR. Lucas, he is on the ultra softs. Nesmax, he is on super softs. Thomas is on super softs. And then Wazzy, Weza, sorry. Weza is also on the super softs as well. So let's see what they can do. As a So Gav still to put in a lap time, and we will be watching that. Obviously, you have to be pretty damn accurate on those corners, because any corner cutting is an invalid lap with this session. Remember, guys, they are using no assists except for corners. No car assists, but track assists at the moment. This is dropping away for next season. So the guys are preparing themselves because it's only corners only. But from next season, it is all out, no assists in this particular league.
F1 origins back to the early 1970s. Some of the circuits on the better looking include the runway suitable for private.
So let's just catch up and see. Wasi puts on a 1 minute 30 seconds 5:9:1. Closely followed by Gav Pig, who puts on a 1 minute 31. So a little bit slower this round. It could be the tires or it could be something else. But hopefully we're going to have a look and see. Nice work from Nesmax. Puts up a 1 minute 31. So definitely a change from the mechanics in the pit there. Obviously looking to see exactly what they can and what they have been doing this evening. So great drive from Nesmax. Comes back nicely this round, and it looks it looks as though he's put himself in a great position. So as I mentioned, assists are off at the moment on the cars. There's no assists, and then obviously the track at the moment, corners on only, but that will be in next season off as well. So the guys have got this season almost under wraps to learn the tracks and make sure that they know exactly where they're going at the moment. It looks as though T&B Weza has retired from the session. I think he's comfortable with 6th. Hopefully that's not going to put him in a disadvantage if anybody now pushes up. And when I say pushes up, the guys that are in 10th, 11th and 12th, or even in 13th. Springbok Gamer still to go out in this round, so I'm wondering what's happening there. Is he going out? And we'll have a look and see what he's up to at the moment. Most of the guys in the pits. There we go, back on the Sackman. He's coming through. Is he able to better his time at the moment? A 1:32. Looks as though he's coming up to a back marker there. And we'll keep a close eye on. Yes, nice, he does. Nesmax retires from the session as well. So I think he's comfortable that he's in a spot where he can do it. 3 minutes to go, so they do have a little bit more time to get themselves into the top 10 for the qualification round. Gav Pig retires also from the session. I think he's also comfortable with that 2nd spot. So is there anybody that's going to heap a challenge or steep a challenge on him this evening? We'll have a look and let you know. But at the moment, it looks like comfortably sitting in number 1 spot. There is Wasi from T&B, comfortably at that 1 minute and 30 seconds. I am fighting a bit of flu this evening, so if you hear me going off, please understand why. At the moment, we are currently on board with the Sackman, so he's out there. Looks as though there was yellow flags being shown in the start-finish section for some reason. And here comes one of the Renault drivers at the moment. It looks like it is the judge himself out there. So he's going to be trying to get that time down into the 1:32s. I think that's where he's heading for at the moment. So yeah, great drive from them at the moment. Marius, nice to have you on board with us. Thanks for the thumbs up as usual. One of the regular guys with us. Thank you for that. And yep, yeah, I think your teammate here at the moment, Wasi, he's not with us this evening as mentioned. He's not feeling too well, but he is watching the live stream and he is supporting you like crazy. So great stuff to see the camaraderie as well as the teammates boosting one another on this Grand Prix this evening, even though they're not even in the Grand Prix because of various reasons. But great to see that. It looks as though we're on board with Vino for real. Vino doing exceptionally well this round. Is he? Yes, he has pushed himself into the top 10, which means Voss is now under the top 10, so it looks as though he'll be missing the third and final qualifications at the moment. So we are also, as you probably are aware, Lucas is driving in the place of Bluxem P, who's not with us at the moment. He's busy writing exams at university, so he's opted to stay out for 2 races. Unfortunately, we're missing him as well. It looks as though Springbok Gamer also retired from the session. 2 minutes. Just under 2 minutes remaining. The session is over. And we now go into the final qualification, guys. So we'll be interested to see who is going to be on pole this evening. If you've got any predictions, why don't you put it up on the channel now? Who do you think is going to be taking the pole position for this evening? So, give us an indication, and what do you think the time is going to be? So if you're brave enough, put up on your on the stream, what do you think the time is going to be? I would suggest probably in the 1 minute 29. 1 minute 29, 1 minute 30s is going to be the... But we'll have a look now and see. So we're all waiting at the moment to see who. 129.5. And that's from staff teammate. He's going to be pretty excited to see if that actually takes place this evening. And we'll be watching very carefully. Let's just see what's going to happen in this next session going forward. So there's an overall of the quick times that were put on there. Best time was 1 minute 35.91. Then we had Gav Pig, who put in a comfortable 1:31. Then Nesmax 1:31.291. Very, very close driving there. And then it looks like David at 1 minute 31.829. So we're going to be watching some very close driving this evening. Then we go into the 132s, 132, 132, 132, 132. And these guys are going to be fighting it out to see who is going to be taking pole this evening. Just under 12 minutes to go. Not 11, it's 11:23 seconds now. And we'll see who is going to be taking pole position. There are the McLarens. There is definitely a Mercedes there. Haas is there. It looks as though, yes, Red Bull's there. Williams is there. Nice to see the Sauber team in for a chance this evening. Then the Ferrari, then the Toro Rossa, should I say, and then it is the Force India complement that is in this particular race. We've got 2 guys on an out lap, 3 guys, 4, 5, 6 on an out lap. Let's have a look. Here's Wasi at the moment. Let's see what he's going to be putting up from a time perspective. And what is he using, by the way? Because whatever he uses now is what he has to start the race on. So what is he fitted? Ultra softs are what they fitted at the moment. And obviously they're going to get the best as they can from those tires. So yeah. Nicola, thanks for your quick comment there. Go Weza. So yeah, we'll see if Wes is going to be going, but he ain't. He's on an outer lap, so they are warming those tires up to see where they are. So 96 is definitely Wasi from TNB, and then he is. Here is Vina for real. Here is Tux 1195. And then on the Super Softs this evening, I think a great strategy from him at the moment is those Super Softs. Let's see where he's going to be ending up. Obviously he's going to be able to go a little bit longer than the guys on the Ultra Softs are going to be going. So, and here, Springbok Gamer in the Haas as well. Waiting to see who's going to be putting up the quickest times at the moment. Bit of braking there from Springbok Gamer. So here we go. He is now going to be on his outer lap as well. Here we see going backwards and forwards. Looks as though the Ferrari has pulled over for some reason or other. But Gav Pig obviously taking it easy. Let's see what he's going to be doing this evening. So, yep, it's going to be Sabers. Let's see what he's going to be putting on. Lucas stand-in drive at the moment he's been contracted for 2 races. I believe he will be moving over to Ferrari in the upcoming races, so that's great. We've managed to sign a contract with Ferrari for the rest of the season, and we'll be watching to see what he's going to be bringing to the Ferrari team in the next coming races. Nice to see David. He's just put on a 1 minute 39.58, which was equal to the qualification time that Wazzy put in when he did the second qualification round. So nice drive from him, and now the times are coming through. That's great to see that as well. Wazzy puts in a 1 minute 30.173. So don't speak. He was listening to us, and obviously he's just put on a fantastic time, which beat his second quali time. So great drive from him. And then it was this gentleman who's come up nicely. Now all eyes are peeled to see what is Gav Pig and what is Nesmax. Nesmax also putting in a time. He's just squeezed in there to second on the pole. So second on the pole position there is definitely Nesmax. So now let's see. TNB also put on a fantastic time, which was David. And then let me have a look who is going to be there. Gav Pig still to put on a qualifying time. So this is going to be interesting, guys. Sit back, relax, and enjoy what you're going to be watching this evening, because I tell you what, it's going to be exciting racing happening all here at the French Grand Prix, and definitely something to watch, because there's 15 corners on this track, 2 DRS zones, and lots of opportunity for overtaking for the teams. Nice to see both McLarens made it into the third quali session, so that's also great. And you can just see Gav Pig squeezes into fourth on the grid at the moment. He's done a 1:31.024. I'm sure he's going to be wanting to do much better than that. We've got 6 minutes to go in this qualification 3, session 3. And I'm sure he's going to be wanting to make sure he pops himself somewhere in between, if not in pole position. It is within his ability. I can quite believe that. He just now has to prove to Wasi that he can do this. It looks as though there is rain So this is even more interesting at the moment during this qualification session. So you can see a bit of sliding around. Hopefully that's not going to affect him too much. And wow, what a race it's going to be this evening if this rain persists. So a lot of guys got out there before the rain started, and as you can see, that was Gap Big going in there. He's right at the entrance of the pit, so I'm sure he's going to be okay. It looks as though Foss and the Sackman, they have the first in the pit lane at the moment. So strategy all going around what they need to do. It looks as though there's Sack. He's just come in as well. Or was that Foss? No, that was Sack. Looks like Vino is out of this session. So lots of rain happening. And I can tell you now, very interesting happenings at the moment. Yep, they're putting that car. It was Sack. He's put his car away at the moment. I think they'll be looking to see what they can do. Is there enough time to do a lap on the intermediates at the moment, or will they go for full wets? I don't think the track really needs the full wets at the moment, but let's see if they put on the intermediates at the moment. And if I look now, this is very brave from Springbok Gamer. Very brave indeed, especially when it comes to racing as he is at the moment. It looks as though, wow, he's on the ultra softs at the moment, going out there. So this is going to be, you can see how damp the track is at the moment. And we'll be interested to see if he's able to put on a decent time with these tires on. I think the guys saw the rain coming and decided to get out there nice and early to put these exceptional times on the board at the moment. So very nicely done from them. It's basically just under 2 minutes to go in this session, and as you can see by the way that Springbok Gamer is driving, it's a little bit difficult to be out there in amongst the rain. So yep, it's going to be a difficult one for him to do a great quality time at the moment. Yeah, some great predictions coming through from the guys on the stream. I think it was definitely, yep, it was both from Dylan as well as Staff. Nice indication on the times. You were pretty damn accurate, but as you can see, it was definitely a 1:30. 173. So I think Dylan, you actually won that round, but unfortunately it was the wrong driver. So nice prediction from you, but Staff did exceptionally well there and gave a great prediction there. We were hoping for 129s, but obviously wasn't to be. So Springbok Gamer retires from the session. It looks as though we just need the other guys to retire from the session, or are they going to be going out in this weather in France at the moment? So was he retiring? So it looks as though we're going to go straight into the grid. Remember, there is a formation lap, and then they will start this race, and we're all looking forward. Hopefully the weather clears up and it's going to be clean racing for this weekend's race. So as I mentioned, we are in France at the moment. What I will do just while the guys are getting themselves ready, is there? Yes, there is. I do have one. So this is basically what the track looks like, and you can see exactly where it is. Or car assists are off. Track is corners only. We've just done 3 qualification sessions, and then 27 laps is what I predict the race will be, hopefully. And then we do have 3 DRS zones. However, if it is raining, obviously this is going to be deactivated, and it's going to obviously cause a little bit of nonsense for them. But obviously there is, let's just transition over to the state of affairs at the moment. You can see Wazzy put on a nice time of 1 minute 30, then Nesmax 1 minute 30, and then David a 1 minute 30, then Gav 131, Tix 131, Weza, he put in a 131, so they're pretty all much of a muchness. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting race this evening. I think there's going to be some close driving, so keep your eyes peeled to what's going to be happening on the South African Academy Online Racing here as it all goes down this evening. So just remember, we are affiliated with SAAOLR, which is the South African Racing Community Online, as well as TNB, which is Turbo and Bullets. They are also running leagues. If you're interested in Project Cars 2, then you need to get hold of the guys from SAAOLR, and you can get a hold of a guy by the name of Dylan. You can go and look at them up on the website. And just to give you some indication, coming up this weekend, or this week Thursday, there is definitely going to be something happening round about, I think the season for the BMWs are over, but the RS1s are going to be definitely out there and driving. So this is just basically what we are going to be looking down formation lap at the moment. So this is what we're watching at the moment. As you can see, Wazzy is the current pole position #1 driver, then followed by Nesmax, and then TNB, David, then Gav Pig, Tix, then we have Weza, then we have Lucas, which is SR, then we have Vino for real, Springbok Gamer, the Sackman, then we have Foss, Judge, the Judge 013, and then we have Devon, and then Thomas in 14th position. So great to have 14 drivers in this Grand Prix this evening, and we're pretty pumped up and ready to go to watch who is going to be the champion in France this evening, and who is going to have some changes in the constructors at the moment. Is it going to be the likes of Force India? Is it going to be Williams? Is it going to be Toro Rosso, who has been dealing with all sorts of elements? And I tell you what, he's not going to let down going anywhere, and I'm sure he wants to make a good impression this evening. So we will be watching 14 cars this evening taking on this challenge of the Grand Prix here in France. So it is the France Grand Prix. We're almost ready, set to go for the 8th race in the South African Academy Online Racing League Season 3. And we'll be watching to see who is going to be taking the top position here this evening. So let's have a go, let's have a look, guys, to where they're off and away they go. Let's have a look who is coming down the straight. It seems as though there is a bit of gap. Looks like the McLaren's looking for a space to come through. It does seem as though Force India, a little bit of a touch there by the Williams on the Toro Rosso, but it seems to be okay. Everybody's looking. The Ferrari's coming through quite nicely, but it's great to see that the McLaren has come through. Here we're going to be looking quite carefully at the moment. You can see that obviously there is a look from the Red Bull team to be pushing their way up from 6th into 5th position at the moment. Let's go up to see where is Nesmax. Nesmax looking to see if he can get himself as close as possible to the TNB driver, that is De Wit at the moment in the Toro Rosso team. But it seems to be at the moment that the Force India driver, that is Wazzy at the moment, has had a clean break from the pack at the moment. So great drive from him currently happening right here at the moment in car number 96. So yeah, there seems to be a slight gap forming between Wazzy as well as the De Wit in the Toro Rosso. So let's just go back a little bit to see where is Nesmax. Nesmax looking to be taken over by, it seems as though, the McLaren there. So let's have a look. The McLaren's off. Unfortunately, Gav Pig goes through, and you can see a little bit of a mishap happening there in that McLaren. It seems to have pushed him right down at the moment. And Tix, I'm sure, not very pleased with himself at that point in time, but he has now dropped back down to 10th position. So hopefully no more incidences from him this evening. And it seems as though here we are on board with the Saab. Saab has looked as though, sorry about that, I did miss something, went a little bit array with the commentary there, but no problem, we're back with there. But it looks as though it is the Saab team driver at the moment has put himself in a position to looking at 5th at the moment. He's currently in 6th. Just hot on his heels is Vino for real, looking in the McLaren he wants to take. There seems to be a 5-second penalty on it looks like one of the Mercedes drivers, that's Foss at the moment, for cutting corners, so he better watch himself in there. Oh, a little bit wide in that Saab at the moment, so I'm sure that McLaren's going to be looking to see what he can do. And it looks as though now Tix has come up one position on Sackman, so nicely done from his point of view. And let's see who is where and what's actually. So one position change, that's just to give you that. Nicely done. As you can see, the times are a little bit slow, but that's because the fuel load is slightly different. They'll be watching those tires as well, which I'll take you to in a bit of a minute there. There we go, back on the tires. You can see the laps being done, and some fantastic driving from the guys at the moment. Nice to see. So let me just give you a warm-up on who is where and in what position at the moment. So currently Force India, Wasi leading this race at the moment. He does have a almost 3-second advantage over the Toro Rosso driver, that is TNB De Wit at the moment. And then Nesmax, he is 3 seconds behind the overall lead at the moment, almost 4 seconds. So we'll be watching what they are doing here. So let's go back. Here's the Toro Rosso, the Honda driver, that is De Wit at the moment. He's taking it easy. He's looking to see what he can do at the moment. And just to give you an understanding, a very close challenge race going on between these guys. That is Gavin, Nesmax, Weza as well as Lucas. They are all in the mix at the moment in this driving session. You can see currently the Ferrari, which is driven by Gav Pig, is slightly ahead of Nesmax. So, and then all of a sudden you can see the Red Bull from Weza coming through as well. So let's just drop back a position there between these guys, and then right behind him is the SAAOLR driver, and you can see a little bit wide there, but this seems to be a little bit close there. I thought there was going to be some overtaking, but it seems to be all under control. It looks like, yes, he's gone wide a little bit to take there. That was a sneaky move from that that Red Bull to come through there. So Weza comes into 4th place. I can tell you what, Gav, you better watch your wing mirrors this evening, because it looks as though Weza is going to be pushing you to get past you. So nicely done there. Nesmax drops into 6th position, which means that the SAAOLR has now gained a position. As you can see, all the thrills and spills happening here this evening. Some great racing taking place, and it's great to watch. If you are joining the live stream, thanks for joining us, and go guys. We're actually having a great race with you guys and watching you guys. So let's just push it up. Here we go. Here's the SAAOLR driver, number 60 at the moment. It is Lucas, that's SR. And let's have a look here. Going through at the moment, we are on Weza at the moment. Weza looks like he's got a little bit of gap between him and Gav Pig at the moment. He's currently in 4th place, so let's see what's going to happen here. These two look as though they're going to have quite a tussle with one another. If I'm looking, I just wanted to make sure I was on the right driver, which I was, which was Gav Pig there. And let's just go up a little bit. There's that 3-second back on the Toro Rosso this evening. So we are interested to see. Most of them have already done 4 laps. Nesmax has some damage. He's gone and changed up. So let's see where he is lying at the moment. He's coming out of that pits. It's number 46 at the moment. He's coming out the pits. And let's see where he's going to be ending up. He's going to be going right down into 12th position at the moment, 14th position at the moment. So he's got a long, hard battle to come back from in that Williams car number 45. Sorry if I said 46, but it is car number 45 there. He's going to be looking to see what he's going to come back. And car number 30 is Thomas. So this is the rookie driver for the year. Not doing too badly in position number 13. Still needs to get into the top 10 for points, and I'm sure he's going to be bursting to do that this evening. Foss, car number 13. He's going to be looking to keep himself in a steady, ready drive this evening. And here we are on board with the judge man himself, and he looks to be doing exceptionally well, just behind Vino for real at the moment. And let's see what he'll be putting up to see if he can get past this. So he's currently in 10th place at the moment. Nice drive from him at the moment, and we'll see where he's going to be doing his stories this evening. Yep, if we look at Tix at the moment, he seems to be a little bit lonely out there, but we'll see where he's going. It seems as though we've had a change dropping down. It is Lucas at the moment, or as he's commonly and friendly called, Donkey at the moment. Donkey in at the pits. He's just had a tire change. He wants to get those super softs on and get out there as soon as he can. So let's just go flashing our way up the league up to the leaders at the moment. You can see currently in 5th place, Springbok Gamer having a nice race. Doesn't seem to be having too many problems there. And then back to car number 23, which is Weza at the moment. He seems to be just behind Gav Pig at the moment. You can see both of them coming into the screen there. So as I said, a fast flowing 5.8 kilometer track, 15 turns involved in this particular session. And I tell you what, 2 DRS zones. There's plenty of opportunity for overtaking on this track, so we'll be watching out to see who's doing what. at the moment. You can see we're on board with David at the moment, handling that car very nicely. You can see just in front of him there, just over the halo, is Wasi at the moment, and he's done 6 laps on these current super soft tires. So we'll be watching the tire strategy this evening. Also, who is going to go the furthest. We did see that this has affected most of these guys during their races, but they've always seemed to pick up the right time in the right place. Nice to see now that Judge has moved up onto the leaderboard into 7th place now at the moment. So he's we got 2 guys pitting at the moment. We've got Vina for real as well as the Sackman. They're pitting at the moment, so that is what is dropping them down in the pecking order. So we'll see who's going to be coming out. Maybe it looks as though Sackman into the pits as well as Vina for real. It looks as though Devon has put them up, and they are going now, probably leaving the pits in a number of seconds, but there they go. And I'm jumping around here trying to find some guys, but we do have some action happening in the front. That's great stuff to see. And this is between Gavpig and Weza. You can see Weza seems to be closing up on Gavpig at the moment. So you know, I don't know if he's enriching his fuel mixture or just really conserving that ERS system to get as close as he can to Gavpig at the moment. So Gavpig looking to keep that car in a steady format. And also you can see now there should be, is that gap going to close up at the moment? Lap number 7 on these tires at the moment. There's 27 laps to go. So yep, it's going to be a real close one this evening. It's going to be quick driving and a lot of fun had by all. So keep those comments coming. Nice to see you guys mentioning. Bruno, nice to have you on board once again. Thank you for putting down a comment there. So Bruno, great to have you with us. Hopefully you're enjoying the racing with us. If you are, leave a comment and let us know. Please guys, make sure that all your friends know what happens on a Sunday, what you guys are involved in. Obviously we're promoting the driving that is taking place these days, especially in South Africa, the online driving, as well as the teams that are involved, as well as the clubs that are involved, to get the guys on to the console format of racing. So whether it is Gran Turismo, whether it is Formula One, or whether it is Project Cars 2, you guys can find a home, you can find a team to get on board with, you can race. The social activities are great. There's a lot of fun that's had by all, and I can tell you one, very competitive racing as well. There are different leagues happening. 2019 is going to be a magic year as well. There's a lot of teams signing up for the club championships, which I would like to be bringing you guys all around South Africa, as well as on this YouTube channel. Not this particular one, we have another one for that, but we'll be letting you know in advance of the inter club championships that will be taking place in the near future. So we'll all be looking out for that at the moment. So great happenings for 2019. But let's get back to where we are at the moment. That's 2018, and here we're at the French Grand Prix, looking now at the current 3rd position, and it looks as though that Weza has caught up a lot with Gavpig at the moment. So this is going to be really interesting racing from his point of view. So why don't we go on board with him and see where he is and where they are at the moment. You can see a lot of happening going down. He's looking for that line. He's waiting for Gavpig to make a mistake, and then he's going to pounce on him. And here he is, a little bit wide there. Needs to be a little bit short. There we go. Nicely done. Looking for any mistake that Gavpig's going to make, and he's going to pounce on through. I can assure you that is the intention for Weza this evening, looking for an opportunity any which way he can to get past Gav Pig. So we're going to stay with this lot because it seems to be some serious racing between these two, and it looks fantastic. So let's keep it. I think the DRS has been activated. Yes, it has, and it looks as though he's just taken him. Absolutely, he's trying to go wide, but he misses out there. Gav Pig trying to get in tight there to try and hold him back, but doesn't actually, no effect on him there. It looks as though he's coming back anyway, and yes, he does. Some great driving from both. He's trying to go on the outside there, and then he comes into the inside looking for that. A little bit wide is that Red Bull, but it seems to be coming back now. Gav Pig, is he going to let him go or not? Or is he going to catch him? It's unbelievable racing from these guys at the moment. Yes, it looks as though, it seems as though the Red Bull has taken that current position, but Gav Pig not going to be letting up too much on this particular scene. He's going to be wanting to come through now and definitely come back as fast as he can. If he lets Weza get away from him now, there's going to be, it looks as though he's going on the outside looking for any opportunity to get past, but no way through for him at the moment. There is a little bit of a nudge. It seems as though a little bit of a nudge there. That was a little bit of a nudge, but we'll see, is there any damage to that car? Hopefully not at the moment. And it seems as though Weza is going to be looking to come back at him as he does so now. And I tell you what, Gav Pig a little bit out there, but there seems to be no damage with that car at the moment. Let's see. We're going to have another session where there is going to be DRS available to Weza at the moment, and I'm sure he's going to be doing something exceptional at the moment. So great driving from both of these drivers at the moment. It seems as though a little bit of a nudge there, which is sometimes it's not intentional at all, but you have to be aware of the drivers around you. So we'll be seeing and following how this one goes along here. And you can see a great shot from the helicopter at the moment of Gav Pig, making a little bit of distance between himself and Weza, but I'm sure Weza is going to be coming back looking for that DRS zone. And all it is one little error on the track, and you know that you're going to lose a lot of ground, and that the competitor behind you is going to be catching up with you exceptionally fast. So nice driving happening here, and I can tell you now the excitement is incredible. So let's have a look who and where is on top position at the moment. It looks as though Wazzy still leading this race. He's had 10 laps on these tires at the moment, and I'm sure he'll be looking to maintain that distance. There is a slight distance between him and David at the moment. David looks as though he's going to be taking first spot at the moment, so this is going to be an interesting one, bringing you back to, it looks like, was he taking part? Yes, it looks as though he is now dropping into third. Where is he coming down at the moment? Oh, it looks as though it's well as Gav Pig coming through. So Gav has come past him. No, has not come past him. It's actually Tix that's come past him in the McLaren. So this is an interesting situation at the moment. A clever move from Wazzy at the moment. He's put on the softs. So not the super softs. He's gone with the softs, which is going to give him a lot more distance on those tires at the moment. So great stuff. So we have a new race leader at the moment, which is David at the moment. Then Wazzy has dropped down into 4th place, and Weza has gone into 2nd at the moment. Tix is there. He's in number 3 spot at the moment. So can he continue this drive at the moment in the current position he is in? What we need to have a quick look at is exactly where and how many stops. Has he stopped? So currently stopped is Wasi. He's had 1 stop. Gav Pigs had a stop. Nesmax had 1 stop. It looks as though Donkey has had a stop, as well as Vina for real, and then the Sackman also, and then it looks like Fossey. So they have all had stops. These guys that you're watching at the moment, they still have to stop at the moment. So we'll have a look now and see where they're going to go, and it looks as though 12 laps for De Wit on the current super softs he has on him at the moment. So great driving from him. The gap between the leader at the moment, you can see Tix coming in. Looks like Wassie's gone now past Weza as well. So they're both pitting at the moment. Great strategy move from the top two that were previously. You can see them going out. Looks like there Gav Pig comes through. Whoa! Just comes through as well at the moment. So he's now tactically done a great job for himself. Put him in that third position at the moment. Seems as though he's pretty tight. But now we have to go back to this gentleman. Where's he going? Is he going to be stopping soon? Because he's had 12 laps on these tires at the moment. So that is De Wit currently leading this race. Is he going to have time to put himself into the pits, change those tires? There seems to be a 20-second gap at the moment. If there's any ideal opportunity to do that, that would be right now. So I'm sure we'll be interested to see, does he go into the pits? Because there is a 20-second gap at the moment. If he goes in now, that means he could possibly get out before Wassie. So let's see what he's prepared to do. He is going in. Yes, as I thought so. Now, it's interesting, guys. How fast is he going to be in and out of this session to see? Well, let's quickly have a look. Where is Wassie? Wassie is here. Let's go back. Seems as though they are taking their time to see if he can get in there. It's all happening now. He's out. It looks as though he's also put on the super softs. Here comes Wassie. Wassie comes past at the moment. Is he going to get past him? Yes, he does. He does. He gets past De Wit at the moment. De Wit now into second spot. So that took just over 22 seconds or 23 seconds for Wassie to come on by. So he's now the leader. You can see now already a 5-second lead on De Wit at the moment. So wow, what a strategy. Did try to make it work, and I tell you, not much difference between those particular those softs anyway. So the two guys that are up in front, that's first and second, are using the super softs here this evening. So nice work from them. Strategy around the actual pit stops was very technically decided this evening, and I can tell you that plays a major role in this race. Major role in this race. Fantastic drive from all the guys at the moment. So as we currently stand, you can see we're on with Wassie. Let's go back and have a look between the times at the moment. You can see here's De Wit, here is Gav Pig, and 14 seconds behind the leader at the moment is definitely Weza at the moment. Nesmax climbing up the ladder at the moment. He's now into 5th spot, into 6th spot at the moment. You can see it is Nesmax, Nesmax in 5th, and then it is Donkey or Lucas as I know him. He is in 6th position at the moment. Then you got Tix, which is Johan. He's sitting pretty in 7th, and then Vino for real. He's doing nicely in 8th position. You can see Ati, who's Springbok Gamer. He's sitting in 9th at the moment. The Judge, which is Fricky, he's sitting in 10th at the moment, so he's in the points this evening. Foss, he's doing nicely in 11th. Thomas, and then 13th and 14th position at the moment. Some great driving by these guys. They're all in this race. They all have an opportunity. The fat lady still needs to sing. So lots and lots to do. Lots of work to do and great driving. We're in lap number 15 of this race. So we'll be watching out and seeing exactly what happens along these lines. We're on board with Nesmax at the moment. He's done 10 laps on those super soft. Remember, right at the beginning, he went into the pits, had those tire changes. So he's going to be changing tires, I reckon, quite soon. I've seen him do 22 laps on super softs. Actually 34 laps I've seen him do on super softs, but I'm sure he's not going to do that, especially on this track, because you need as much speed as possible to go around this track. So he'll be looking for any benefit, any advantage to get himself up at the moment. So let's go back to see where we are amongst the leaders and amongst the packs at the moment. You can see some of the driving that's taking place. Great drive at the moment. Thomas going to be looking as though that SAAOLR is going to come past Thomas at the moment. He is driving very nicely at the moment, keeping himself abreast. So SAAOLR is in 13th spot at the moment. He is going to be looking to see if that DRS zone is coming on so he can make a move on Thomas at the moment. It seems as though a great drive from these two at the moment. So let's just pop in back here to see and watch what is actually taking place here at the moment. So great drive from these two at the moment, having some fun, and it looks as though SAAOLR looking for that opportunity to get past him at this point in time. Oh, a little bit of overbrake there. As we stay on board with these two just to see if he's going to get past, and he's looking for that opportunity to come through to see if he can get past Thomas at the moment. DRS zone on, so he's going to have that opportunity to get past him, and yes, nicely done. Got to watch himself, which is a little bit wide there. He's going to probably get a penalty there, 5-second penalty for cutting there. But I think that was all about avoidance at the moment. That was all about avoidance. So I can't blame the SAAOLR man at all for that. I think he just wanted to get past, and obviously he saw how close Thomas was next to him and didn't want to create any problems. You can see that Thomas is almost going to be lapped by that gentleman right at the top there. So here he comes on. Let's have a look and see what's happening here. So we're on board now because you can see Wazzy's coming up now on the back markers. I'm going to leave it for a while. I just need to get something for my throat so you can continue watching on board with Wazzy, because he's going to be going through those back markers at the moment. Let's see where he's going to be and what he's going to be doing at the moment. So I'm back. Wow. Just needed something for the throat, but it seems as though Gav Pig in second spot there. Looks as though we have TMP DeWitt down in sixth position. So just missed out on a bit of action there, but we'll see if that's going to affect this race at the moment. It looks as though, yes, DeWitt went in for a tyre change there. Lap number 27 laps to go in this race. And wow, all the action happening, and we're so glad you joined us at the moment. So fantastic. Let's go back and see where we are currently on the track at the moment. So here is DeWitt. It looks as though there could be a bit of moisture in the air, but I'm hoping the rain holds up at the moment. Here is the SAAOLR driver at the moment, sitting in for Blixen P. So you can see currently in fifth position at the moment. Here is Tix Johan at the moment. He is in the McLaren doing a nice job, sitting at position number 4 at the moment. So he's definitely in the points if he can continue along those lines. And here is Weza, and he seems to be in the podium spot at the moment. Yes, I can see a bit of rain on the track, so there is rain coming, and I can tell you this is going to be a whole new ball game for these guys at the moment. Gav Pig sitting in second spot at the moment. Was he sitting pretty in that first place at the moment? He has got the softs on at the moment, so is he going to be going in for that pit stop? Is he going to be changing tires? We're going to be all eyes going down to this particular situation at the moment and seeing what's going to be happening here this evening. So watching closely now. Along those lines, you can see the rain. So we've had a couple of races now where the rain comes towards the end of the race. Looks as though somebody's out in sector 1. So it looks as though there is a little bit of a mishap there. I would love to go down and see what's happening there. Here it is Gav Pig at the moment. Here is Weza. He is in third spot at the moment. You can just see that McLaren just in front of him at the moment. And here we are on board with Tix at the moment. He is handling himself 28 seconds behind the leader. So, yep, it's all going down at the moment. The SAAOLR driver closely being followed there by DeWitt. So let's have a look. Yeah, DeWitt goes past. Easily taken there. So nice drive from him. It looks as though steady. You can see the rain now drizzling down on those cars. So it's going to be quite tricky for these guys to keep themselves on the track at the moment. But they are all staying out at the moment. So moving into fifth spot now is DeWitt. He's going to be looking to see if he can climb his way up and get up there. Looks as though sector 3, somebody has gone a bit wide. Yellow flag there. So let's see if we can see who that is at the moment. Here is Springbok Gamer. He's coming through start and finish. Green flags all the way there. And here is the Renault driver, the judge. And obviously he's out. He's going to be staying out as well. Vino for real, still in 10th spot. So he's in the points this evening, which is definitely going to do some justice to the guys out there. They're going to be looking to make sure they keep themselves in this race. And there you go. He's just come out. There's the intermediates being put on by some of the guys already because they want to be the first to get those intermediates out. So here's Foss now. Foss is in 11th position. And then we have Thomas. Thomas going also out still on the super softs. And then these two guys, that's Devon and the Sack Man, they have already got... Oh! A little bit difficult to drive. Front wing has gone at the moment. So let's see. He's going to be having to go in. Not having the best race at the moment. You can see it's becoming quite slippery and slidey on those intermediates at the moment. So was that the right decision at this point in time? DeWitt has now gone into 4th position at the moment. It looks as though the reason why is because this gentleman has had a pit stop at the moment. He seems to be putting on ultra softs during this particular session, which is quite interesting. And I don't know, Wessa, if that was the right decision. It looks as though, oh, the sack man has crashed out. Unfortunately, he's out of this race. Little bit of trouble they're having on those intermediates at the moment. So this is going to be interesting. Let's go down to Nesmax at the moment. He seems to be also handling those at the moment. Let's see what happens. Retired from session as well. Interesting. I tell you what, this is all going down this evening. 2 guys out on lap number 24. Is this the right decision to have gone with the intermediates here? I'm not too sure. You can see that sliding around a little bit. But wow, this is very interesting what is taking place right now. I tell you what, was that the right decision to put those tires on for this session? And here you can see just closely going past here is, it looks as though it was an overtake, but one of the back markers at the moment. So a Gav Pig into the pits. No. Where is Gav Pig? There's Gav Pig. Gav Pig is being followed now by this gentleman, which is DeWitt. And DeWitt's looking to come back on this one. This is going to be interesting. Let's stay on board with him. You can see the rain coming down quite heavily at the moment, but they still are going on the super softs. I think it's becoming more and more trickier to stay on the track with these tires, especially under these conditions. There is a lot of rain falling now. Is it going to get worse and worse? We're on lap number 24, as I mentioned, on the South African Academy online racing. This is race number 8 here in France. This is the France Grand Prix. And I tell you what, the guys are doing exceptionally well to keep these cars on the track because the rain is just coming down. And now you can see how difficult it is to keep driving these cars in a straight line, especially when it comes down to... So they're coming up on Thomas at the moment. Thomas letting them through, nicely done, giving them lots of space, and that's what it's about. We're on board with Gav Pig now, as well as DeWitt at the moment. DeWitt looking to see if he can close that gap on Gav. And it is getting interesting at the moment, guys. So, wow. Really getting interesting with this weather. The leader of this race is on lap number 25 of 27 laps, and he's still leading this race. He's done 13 laps on those soft tires. So, yep, this is interesting. Nice to see this gentleman doing quite nicely. He's now in second place. Is he going to be taking another podium position? Well, it's all here to see this evening. Johan has done very well. That's Tix 1195, and he's done 1195. He's done very well so far in the South African Academy online racing. He's doing exceptionally well right now, handling this car in this weather. So he's doing exceptionally well. Now, amazingly, what's happened is it looks like Nesmax has gone in and changed his tires back to the softs at the moment, because those intermediate tires have caused 2 accidents so far, and that's unbelievable. So these guys are driving exceptionally well. Whoa! Oh, nearly lost it there, but he kept it back. Lap number 26, and it looks as though Gav Pig is going to come past him. Wow, nice drive from Gav Pig. He seems to be doing exceptionally well in those ultra soft tires, and it looks as though he's speeding up quite nicely. seeing and actually lengthening that gap at the moment. So that is a great job from Gav Pig at the moment. Let's go back to De Wit. De Wit's now right behind Tix at the moment. He'll be looking to see if he can overtake now. And we're just watching quite closely. Here they go, a little bit out on the outside. He looks to go in the inside. He does take him through on the inside. Nice work from De Wit at the moment. He's got his eyes on Gav Pig at the moment to see if he can come back and take Gav Pig. And we'll be watching to see what's actually happening there. Wow, great drive from De Wit at the moment. Really looking there to see what he can do. In 5th position, we've got Weza at the moment. And you can see these guys catching each other. And amazingly in the rain at the moment on the super softs and the ultra softs as well as the soft tires. So nice job from them. I'm just going to pop back on board just so you can see the weather conditions on these cars. The droplets are thick and hard on these cars. You can see blue flagging, making sure these guys get out of the way. So wow. It all looks good there. Yo, bit wide there from De Wit, but it seems as though lap 27 is at our fingertips, and there is the leader of this race, Wasi at the moment. He's now on the ultimate lap to win this session. We're going to be keeping our eyes to see exactly where they are. He's done 15 laps on these super softs. He's kept it real, he's kept it clean, and he's kept ahead of the pack. Great drive from Wasi at the moment. Nice work from him. All done. Here is Gav Pig. So we're pretty close to the end of this race at the moment. Not too far for him to go. It seems as though he is taking the winner of this Grand Prix is Wasi, followed by this gentleman at the moment, which is Gav Pig. Looks as though here the distance between these guys a little bit long at the moment, but here comes Gav Pig. He's going to be taking 2nd position down the straight. It looks a little bit slick and slidey there. There is Gav Pig. He takes 2nd. He takes 3rd, which is De Wit. Nicely done. Coming in 4th position, Gav Pig. Oh, it looks as though Gav Pig takes that 3rd spot. And then Wasi, where's Weza, should I say? Where's Weza? He's coming through at the moment. He's taken 5th position. And here we go. These are the gentlemen now to watch out who takes 6th, 7th, and as well as 8th, 9th position. Here it looks to be Lucas takes in that position, number 6 at the moment. Vino, congratulations, my good man. Yes, you have finished the race at least. So you can take all your comments back. You've done exceptionally well this evening, and you finally finished one of the GPs here. Nicely done. It seems as though it's going to be all up to that last minute. There were some time penalties in there, which drops Vino down to 9th place, and very nicely done. So guys, what a fantastic race. Hopefully you've enjoyed the racing with us this evening. And there we go. There's the podium man himself. That's Wasi. He takes the trophy for the French Grand Prix, followed by Gav Pig and De Wit. There they are. They're all there waiting for it. And great drive from these guys at the moment. They had a fantastic show. It was all good, all well, all saw. And I tell you what, great drive from these guys. So just to finalize this evening's events, you can see where the guys were in which positions they ended up in this race this evening. So it was definitely Wasi, De Wit, Gav Pig moved up to third position there. You saw it was Tux, it was Weza, then it was Donkey, I know him as Lucas, and then Springbok Gamer in 7th place, and then it was Judge Vino for real. Nesmax, he went down the standings this evening. He's still in the points though, nicely done. Then Foss, then Thomas. Well done, guys. Very nice racing from you guys. Thank you for joining us on this Grand Prix this evening. It was great to see you, great to have you with us, and I tell you what, we can do it all again next week on the South African Academy Online Racing. It was a pleasure having you guys with us, and we really enjoyed you being with us this evening. So thank you for joining us, and it was great to have you with us at this evening's event. So, all in all, a great race. I'm sure the standings are going to be changing quite rapidly there. It was great to have you on board. Remember, you can follow us on Facebook. We are on Facebook as well. Just look out for that page there, and you can join us and be with us along those lines. So it was great to have you on board with us, and we'll see you next time on the South African Academy Online Racing. It was great to have you on board with us, and I'm sure that we're going to bring you some more exciting racing next week on the South African Academy Online Racing. That was it for this week for the French Grand